Welcome back to Design Bundle's YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal, and today I'm so pumped to test something out for you. So we are going to test out, can you sublimate with a home iron? So we're going to put it to the test today. We are going to be trying to sublimate a little zipper bag here. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so let's go over the supplies that I'm using today. So I've got a pressing pillow here because I want to make sure we're avoiding these seams here. And then I do have a piece of parchment paper here I'm going to put in between as well on top. So I've got a piece of parchment. I've got the pressing pillow. We have the lint roller. I'm using a Cricut brand zipper pouch today. And then I've got these designs here. So these are from a bundle. They are absolutely adorable. You guys know I'm obsessed with this Highland cow and it's so cute. It's with this like cheetah leopard print. The colors are gorgeous. And then I'm going to do mama. So if it works, what I want to do is press one on the front and one on the back. So the biggest thing whenever it comes to using this home iron is trying to keep track of our time. So I'm going to try to set a timer with my phone. And then we've got heat tape. I'm using this little cute dispenser here. You can get these on Amazon. It comes in like a little 4-pack, but everything I'm using is linked down below. So you guys can find the bundles. Like I said, this was an entire bundle. There's several more designs that come with this, as well as all the supplies that I'm using today. Now, the home iron I'm using, this one is actually more expensive. I've just had it for the last several years, so this is the one I have on hand. But you could definitely do this exact same thing because we're not using this to try to press a quilt or something. We are actually just using this to sublimate. So if this works, you can use any home iron, whether you grabbed it from Walmart for $9 or online. So don't feel like you have to go out and buy hundreds of dollars worth of, because I believe this guy is like over $100. Like I said, I've just had it for a very long time whenever I got into making quilts. Now, because at that point you might as well go to a heat press, right? So, but the point is to test out a home iron. So how do we know what to set it at? What we're going to do is our highest setting, which is our linen cotton. So I've got it all the way there. That's very important. The next thing is because we need it up there by 385 to 400 degrees. The other thing is make sure your water tank is empty. You do not want any water. If there is, dump that guy out, let it steam itself out because you do not want any sort of moisture with this. So that needs to be empty. All right, so we're letting it preheat here. I've got a little green light here, so I think I'm ready to go. Now with my particular iron, mine actually has these feet that can pop out whenever I set it down, but I've turned those off. So if yours has that feature, make sure you turn that off as well. All right, so let's prep this guy up here. So we're going to do just as usual. And we are going to remove any sort of lint from both sides here. And then we're going to remove the moisture as well. So before I even, and I'm actually going to go ahead and use the parchment paper in between. Well, no, I'm going to go ahead and just stick it straight to it. I was trying to think here. So I'm going to go ahead and just iron this guy out. Now, if you guys can pick it up on camera, I got a little bit of dirt on here before I got started, dropped it in the floor, and I think I stepped on it at one point in time. And, but it was the only one that I had left. So, and I really wanted to try it out. These ones are Cricut brand, and they come like 3 in a pack. So my biggest thing is I need to make sure, so I've pulled out my moisture there on this design here. I'm not touching here. Is it going to cover everything? I think I may have to press this guy twice. But I think this guy's going to fit under here pretty good. It looks like I may be missing some heat here, so I may have to kind of maybe do it like this, 1 and 2. And that's what I'll do with this guy too, 1 and 2. So that's what we're going to attempt to do. So let's go ahead and get it ready. So what I need is a pair of scissors because I'm going to trim down this parchment to stick it in between, because what I want to do is protect my pressing pillow. I don't want to get any ink on that because I also use it with my HTV projects. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy in here. All right. Trying to make sure. I may have to fold this guy under here, and then I'll put that parchment paper back. We can actually do this and then get it back in there. Now, another thing that you can use is your Cricut pad. So you could probably fit your 8x10 in here as well. And I think that's going to be pretty good. So let's start with mama. So let's do mama first, just like so. And then let's tape it down. Now, anybody, let me know in the comments below. Have you tried using your home iron? Did you have any success? And if not, have you been curious whether it will work or not? Also, before I actually do it, drop it down in the comments and let me know. Push pause. Let me know, do you think this is going to work or not? So give me a heart, give me a thumbs up if you think it's going to work, and let's see what's going to happen. All right, so like I said, I'm going to press half and half. So I'm going to do it like this and like this, I think, to get it on there good enough. All right, so first, whoops, almost forgot. We're going to do, I think at least, I would say 40 seconds should be pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and set that timer. So give me just a second to bring up that stopwatch. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start, and then I'll stop it whenever it gets to the to that 30 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead, or 40 seconds, sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start. All right. So we're going to do half and half. So we're going to do this first half right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and give it some nice pressure here. So I'm just pushing down and doing that pressing pillow is going to help us avoid those seams and that zipper and all of those things. So I'm going to attempt to do half and half. So your biggest thing when you're using the home iron is getting it, like I said, all the way up to your highest settings. I would do around 40 seconds or so because, you know, with Cricut, you can do 385 for 40 seconds. Sublimations came a long way. You don't always necessarily have to have 400 degrees for 60 seconds. So 385 for around 40 seconds is usually pretty good. And then you just need that pressure. And then once again, if there's any sort of holes or anything like that, you may want to press like I'm going to do in 2 different presses to, because if say, for example, where that one hole is, it's not going to sublimate that area. So I would have had a spot like that. All right. And I've went 60 seconds, not thinking, reset. I'm going to start it again. So I went a full 60 seconds on that one. So I'm going to go and press this one, which is also repressing technically the other side. So hopefully I don't pull back out any color there. But like I said, we're just testing it out. Now, if this works, you can also do this with your little mini home iron. We've also done HTV projects with our home iron. So there is lots of things that you could accomplish if you wanted to do some of these little fun projects. So we're almost there. We're at 30 seconds. And then what's really cool is if this works, I'll be able to do the other side because I have that pressing pillow in between and that parchment paper. So I can do both sides. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit stop. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and lift this and test it out. All right, so here we go. Moment of truth. Boom. Yes, it worked. Now you can see maybe just a little bit of fade over here. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up here. You can see a little bit of fade. So I should have brought it down a little bit more here, but yes, it totally worked. How cool is that? So if you guys have a home iron, it's definitely going to sublimate. So like I said, get it at that highest settings, which is your cotton settings, and then do 40 seconds. Use your stopwatch on your phone. All right. Get this back in here. All right. And then I'm going to get my stopwatch ready one more time. So we're going to hit reset. And we're going to go ahead and get this guy taped down, and then I'll hit go. All right. Now, this one I'm a little bit nervous about because it is a little bit of a bigger design. So I'm hoping I'm going to cover everything because there's a little hard up here. So I really hope I'm getting everything. All right, so let's go ahead and get some tape down here. And the biggest thing is getting that tape down to make sure you avoid any sort of ghosting. Okay, so let's cover up again. Let's hit start. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and try to go about like this. I'm going down for 40 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up just a bit. All right, we're going to go ahead and hit stop. We're going to move this guy up right over here. We're going to hit start. And I'm hoping that tape is staying secure so I don't get any ghosting. And then hopefully if that tape is secure, I'm going to double check all of my corners just to see if I need to sublimate any spots any further. So we're going to stop at the 80 seconds because I didn't hit that reset, I don't think. So we are getting close. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit stop there. And let me double check because I think I missed it. I think we did that heart. No, it looks good. I may have missed that top part. No, it looks great. Okay, let's go ahead and peel it really quick. There you have it. How super stinking cute is this? Absolutely perfect. So yes, you can sublimate with your home iron. And I even did front and back of this thing. So you guys can definitely do it. Once again, put those irons on your highest setting, which is your cotton setting, and then sublimate with using your phone, your stopwatch, or if you got a little timer, for around 40 seconds. So absolutely perfect. I hope you guys are going to check this out. And there you guys have it. Look how cute this is. If you guys are just as obsessed with the Highland cow as I am, you guys are going to love this. And then I did the back with Mama. So this is going to make the perfect makeup bag. I'm going to store my makeup in this one. I'm going to keep this one for sure because it is so, so cute. I love that Highland cow. So if you guys are interested, the entire bundle for this is linked down below, as well as all of the supplies. If you guys have not already, I encourage you guys to join our Facebook community group, share your finished projects over there so we can see them, or use the hashtag design bundles so that way we can check out all of your projects. Now, if you guys have not joined our Facebook community group, there is tons of other crafters over there, hundreds of thousands of you guys, and you're going to find inspiration as well as lots of help. So if you need help right away, I would encourage you to go check it out. We also do giveaways over there and freebies. We have that link down below for you guys, like I said. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.